mind goes to, or is it someone that works for him trying to sabotage him and set him up for a downfall? Like sometimes we have snakes in our own camp.
I feel like that could be exactly what it is because, like I said, I feel like once they almost got caught, they put the money back in the kitty. You know what I mean? So, and
Yeah.
then once this all came out, everyone's like, oh my God, I don't know what happens. Like, what do we do here? And logically speaking, I definitely do feel like it was set up to be exposed, you know? But this is gonna be something that's divided and conquered. I don't see this hitting them in a bad area, even though obviously it does not do well. You know, that's a lot of money. The IRS is gonna be like, we need it. But I feel like they're gonna be able to divide and conquer and like get this taken care of. Her money that she owes in the grand scheme of things, of the money that they have is minimal. Not saying that $300,000 is minimal, but in their lives, this is something they can like budget and get taken care of in the next 2 years. And then I feel like people heads are gonna roll. That's going to be very private, but nothing is ever private, and it'll hit page 6. You know what I mean? Like it's going to happen.
Like,
So
right, they're going to take care of their financial stuff first and then start looking at how did we get here and who's kind of not to be trusted.
heads will roll. I literally just saw a vision of like the chopping block. You know what I mean? Like
Really.
very, very Tudor, like heads will roll. So
Teresa has a lawyer that she's really closely in bed with who does a lot of things. Maybe it's him whose head will roll. I don't know.
probably because I do feel like their whole team is going to it's interesting because the team is going to multiply. So more people are going to come involved and then they're going to divide it. And then it's going to be the same amount of people that are there now, but they're different people. So basically they're going to hire and then dismember the parts that are infected. It's
Interesting.
a pretty big investigation that is gonna be something done with, like, private investigations, like forensic accountants and things like that, that they're taking this very seriously. I feel like because Luis is such a business person and doesn't want to damage her because once again, he is starstruck. So her publicity is everything. She will not be seen in a bad light. She will always shine like a diamond in his eyes, so he wants everyone else to see her as the diamond that he possesses, right? So he's going to make sure that this is all taken care of. She's not going to be scathed.
Interesting. And you see this now, this has nothing to do with it. She had another husband. It's a long story. She went to jail. The other husband got deported. They were up to some things. It has nothing to do with this case. But, you see this working out. Like you don't see this, like people are saying crazy things like jail, you're going to lose your home. Like, look, it could go a lot of different ways, right? When you owe $3 million or you see this no, that
They're
they'll work this out.
they'll work it out. They'll divide and conquer it. I feel like the difference is now is that since he's already like revered her so much, like he will do what he needs to take care of to get this taken care of, so they don't lose a home, that they don't lose. You know what I mean? Also, he's more worried about public judgment than anything else on her. Okay. Remember Fatal Attraction? He'll throw himself on the tracks for this woman. He is madly. I know that she loves him. I keep saying how much he loves her. I know that she actually really adores being adored. And I feel like she does have a very strong attraction to him. They are very chemistry driven, economically driven. They both have the same kind of coursework. So I feel like this doesn't like this won't cause divorce. This won't cause, you know what I mean? What happened before was a lot of manipulation, a lot of fakeness involved. Like I just see like people wearing masks that aren't themselves. And that unfortunately was a lot of failure. She really, really was taken by him, but she was also drowned by him, you know? And
Um,
she just kind of wants to like bury that past. Like it didn't happen. I'm fine now. Everything's good. It did damage her self-esteem tremendously. Besides her reputation, self-esteem was everything. So, oof.
well, yeah, I mean, a lot of things you said ring true. Like she does love being adored. She is in love with him. That's good to know that he really also loves her, idolizes her, whatever. I don't know if she really cares if there's a difference because I think she feels good about that. You don't see a divorce. Are they publicly, a lot of the things you said are true? Everything's okay if you ask them, if you ask their children, everything's okay. That is the narrative that's being put out there, which I do think they care about the most rather than what's actually going on. Are they worried though? I mean, it seems like once they hear this, they may not be, but are they worried? I mean, if I owed $3 million, I'd be, or
Oh,
whatever,
well,
you
yeah.
could, you
I
know,
feel like they're more worried about not so much of the financial train wreck. Okay, train crashed. Okay, cool. Um,
crashed.
what were the factors that went into the accident? What was the faulty mechanic? Did they not check this? They're going to go down the checklist and find out who caused the accident. That's what they're more concerned with than the money itself. Because, like I said, I feel like they'll be able to pull themselves up. But they're bootstrap people. They're not going to be a problem. It's more, let's find out who caused it, take care of that problem so this does not happen again. They don't want to be repeat offenders. They don't want this to go through again. Yes, it's stressful to get that call and be like, you know what I mean? And I feel like it caused a lot of anxiety, but it also caused a lot of quick thinking of what do we need to do to get this down? And they're both boots on the ground people. They're like, okay, let's figure this out. You know, kids are fine. Family life is fine. This is just something that's very compartmentalized into what do we need to allocate?
That makes
They
sense.
they both just zoomed in on it, you know?
What about, so there is a show, Real Housewives of New Jersey. She
Mhm,
is on it. It's not on
mhm.
right now. It's on pause. It's taking a year off or maybe more. There's a lot of schools of thought, like, well, whether she would come back or not. The show probably is going to come back at some point. I don't know. Do you, and this, people have their own opinions on this. Some people say, well, this is great. This actually makes you like have another season on the show because look at all you have going on. A lot of people are like, we already went through this on the show with you, and this is actually too toxic, and we want nothing to do with this. These shows are supposed to be aspirational. Like, so we could argue all day what people think. Like, what do you see for like her future on the show, which is not on right now? It probably won't be on for a year.
Probably springtime of next year. She is gonna walk proudly into through those doors like, "I'm a made person. Look what I did." And I just don't see her walking in like, "Oh my god, I went through this again." I see her, like, slamming 2 doors open and walking in looking like $3 million. You know what I mean? Like, she's
Yeah.
not no, she's not gone. I feel like because of this, of course, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we don't want this again." No, they're gonna wanna she's gonna make it. She's gonna sell it. She's not like I said, she doesn't go down laying down. She'll be back on there.